Good evening and welcome to the Reel McCoy, your weekly movie podcast. I'm your host, Mephisto, and with me always my hetero life mate and co-host, Oh My Feelings. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, buddy.
What is the Reel McCoy podcast? Well, the Reel McCoy podcast is your weekly movie podcast where we send you off to go watch a movie and then come back to us. We'll discuss it, we'll break it down, and we'll nerd out on it. Yes, I'm shouting. Yes, I've worked on the intro. Yes, this is dumb. All right, before we begin, I need to remember this. Please like this video, share it around. Very important. Share it around, and leave us a comment. Give us some feedback. If you want to actually interact with me, you can go interact with me here on Twitter at Mephisto or on Instagram at Mephisto79. If you want to email us for suggestions for future movies, all that good stuff. If you want me to do any sort of reaction video, which I kind of stopped because I went around and looked at them and I feel stupid doing them. But if you want me to be stupid doing them, I'll do them for you because you're the fans and you're the crowd and you show us support. Please email us at thereelmccoypodcast@gmail.com. This is your email for everything. Or if you don't want to watch us on YouTube, you can always go to the Reel McCoy podcast on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Reel McCoy podcast. And follow us there and watch us there if you want to or don't want to. When you are chatting with us, I can see both the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat all tied in together so we can interact and have some fun. And of course, All My Feelings can watch both chats and interact with you as well. What do we have to close out Tarantino month? If not, the first script written by Quesntin Tarantino, not directed by Tarantino, though. Let us begin. What did you how did you enjoy this viewing? Let's start with that.
as we discussed a
before
little bit
we go deeper.
backstage, which we're going to get to a little bit on behind the screens about, like, this wasn't actually the first script that he has written that has been made into a film. But it's oh boy, this was kind of a rough watch. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like Tony Scott's direction that he took. Knowing what I know about the way the original script was written by Tarantino, like, oh, that would have made far more sense. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Overall, though, I think this was a movie with a lot of very, very amazing actors that was just fell short of being anything memorable at all. This was paint by numbers at the end, and a lot of the decisions that the director made and the studio made after buying Tarantino's script kind of just neutered the movie into making it just like, oh wow, it's a classic bang bang shoot 'em up. They end up riding off in the sunset happy together kind of film.
Yeah,
which
at the end,
to me, is just the most. I think Clarence, Christian Slater's character, puts it perfectly. Those being nominated for Emmy Awards and everything, they're so just blasé. They're neutered. That they mean nothing at all.
Yeah.
But your movie made sense.
Yeah.
Had it been the Tarantino version and had he directed it, perhaps we'd be talking about a completely different film.
Probably. Me too. All I can say. It's so weird. We did say it backstage. I'm gonna repeat it because it's worth saying. There's a lot of movies out there that we've seen a long time ago. It doesn't matter which one, that we have an idea on how good or bad they are, depending on the showing. It could have been that you've watched this in the cinema, but haven't watched it since. It could be that you watched this for the first time in like a DVD or on the TV somewhere. You popped it in, you watched it. It was like, oh, I like this movie. A few years went by and all that stuff, and suddenly you rewatch it and it was like, why the fuck did I like this movie? I don't like this movie anymore. Like, it doesn't have to be a bad movie per se. True Romance is not a bad movie. It's technically, it's well written, it's got good ideas, it's got a good beginning, good end, and overall it was let's say adequate. We'll call it adequate. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it was like, I don't know why I like this movie. And in this watch, didn't like it. I didn't like the main protagonists, the heroes. Didn't like both of them. They are really bad people.
Oh yeah. Like, 100%.
Everyone in the movie is real bad, apart from Chris Penn and his, like, the partner, the two cops.
Well, Tom Sizemore's kind of a dick. I would say the only
they're both dicks. No, they're both dicks.
The only other person that really is kind of ambivalently good is Michael Rappaport's character, Dickie.
Oh yeah, Dick.
And then obviously Brad Pitt's character is by far like the saint out of all of them, because he's just so stoned out of his mind. He's like, yeah. So they were like there.
He's like a California stoner, like the quintessential.
Which is this is one of Brad Pitt's earliest roles too.
Oh, of course.
In the major motion picture. After the failed Cool World.
It's after Cool World.
Yeah,
and after Thelma and Louise.
After Thelma and Louise. It's actually right before California came out, which gave him a big push.
Yeah.
And then also A River Runs Through It. Gave him a big push.
Okay. So, to dive into deeper in this movie, we're going to go behind the screens.
Production take 2.
Behind the screens is where we defer to All My Feelings as he puts down the lowdown of what's behind the scenes in this movie. Let's go.
So, what's really funny is that obviously the name itself is kind of just a giveaway of the fact that it's supposed to be mocking itself.
Yeah.
which it was, because it's actually a play on old romance, the old romance like novels and comic books. They're back in the day, like Romance Tales, A Story of Two Lovers, really old, quintessential old dumb shit like that, which is right in Tarantino's wheelhouse, as we know.
Yeah, we know.
It was actually originally, this is why I'm going to get to the whole point of why it could be been a completely different film. The script was written non-linearly, just like Reservoir Dogs, just like Pulp Fiction. So had they broken up the scenes in a very different way, it would have made a lot more sense for the story to wrap up in the way that it did, which also the ending wasn't the ending, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
Tarantino wrote this script prior to a lot of his works after another movie we're going to talk about. But when he was actually directing, right when he got hired to direct his own film, well, he got a greenlit anyway, not hired, you know what I mean? Twister Fraser, but anyway, when he was actually
we're all good.
directing Reservoir Dogs, he sold True Romance because he wasn't sure if he wanted to direct anymore. What's funny is after Reservoir Dogs was a big hit, True Romance came out, was a financial bomb, by the way. It had a $12.3 million budget and only made $12.5 million. So it was a bomb. It was a bad bomb.
Even if a movie recovers, like you put in 12 million, you put another 12 for like promotion. Maybe not back in the day, but like at least more than the movie of the budget is the movie for promotion. Then you make another 24, which is budget plus promotion. Still, it counts as a bomb because
it's a bomb.
you didn't.
It was a total.
You didn't make any money on it. I'm looking at you, Shang-Chi.
Let's not talk about that.
Oh no! Trust me. After last week, I've been fired up all week. All fucking
Disney?
week.
Oh yeah.
Oh no! I'm not gonna. No. We're not gonna get into a rant this week. Trust me, dude. I cannot operate on like high speeds. It gives me tremendous blood pressure.
Yes.
But I'll vent. Don't worry. I'll vent. Maybe next week.
Okay. So moving on.
Tarantino.
Also with the non-linear script, Clarence and Alabama were supposed to die at the end of the movie.
It seems that way to me.
They were supposed to fucking die, but no. Tony Scott wrote it. I fell in love with the characters so much that I had to let them live.
Well, to be fair, and not to be,
supposed to be a tragic romance. That was the whole point of the film. Them getting away and then living off in fucking Cancun. Like, yeah, that ruined the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, for me as well. Look, for me, it just goes to show Tony is in the grave and Quentin is not. Just think about it.
Yeah,
just think about it. Rest in peace, Tony Scott.
Moving on from there, a lot of the bits and actually the first premise, the first setup, first act of the film was actually the best way to phrase this is repurposed from Tarantino's first amateur film he made in 1987 called My Best Friend's Birthday. Very hard to find. I would watch it because it's wildly fascinating. It's like the first Kevin Smith movie.
Clerks?
About the one before that.
Oh, the one that he did in college?
Yes, about the rapist clown. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That is an interesting watch, I'll tell you that much.
Yes.
As a former fan of Kevin Smith.
Yeah. Yes. I think was it Pogo the clown?
I don't remember.
Anyway, moving on. And originally there was actually an alternate ending that was shot that was at the very end of the film, the detective Nicky Dimes,
Mm-hmm.
played by Chris Penn, gets
Yeah,
shot
Chris
by
Penn's character.
Alabama, right?
Yes.
Now, in the alternate version, Nicky Dimes is actually shot by another one of the mobsters instead at the end of the movie.
Okay.
That, oddly enough, was the version that they went with on all the mass distribution of the VHS copies at the time. So a lot of people, when they saw this movie for the first time, they think that outside of Virgil, James Gandolfini's mobster character,
Yeah.
that Alabama only killed one person in the movie.
Oh, I don't remember. I think I've seen this in the movie theater. I don't remember her.
In the theater.
I don't remember that ending.
Yeah, in the theater.
this-
The theater was the same as the DVD and the Blu-ray, and the version that you watched, which had to probably be a DVD.
Yeah.
The VHS copy, though, had the version with the mobster killing Nicky Dimes, not Alabama.
Okay, I gotcha. All right, cool. Let's do before we dive into
the only thing I was going to
okay.
add was there was a little bit of an homage to. Have you ever seen Badlands by Terrence Malick?
Probably did, but it's one of those movies where I've seen it and only once, and I don't remember exactly what it was.
It's a very, very good film, and if you were to watch it now, you'd be like, "Oh, so Sissy Spacek doing the narrating bits,
yeah,
at the beginning of that movie and at the end. It's exactly what Patricia Arquette does in True Romance."
Okay.
So.
All right. So before we dive into the actual scenes and stuff, I'm just gonna say a few tropes because this is our fourth Tarantino movie this month. And I want to point out the things that it kind of glossed over and are very prevalent in early Quentin Tarantino movies rather than Django. Okay. So first things first, the love of comic books shines throughout all his early works. Clarence works at a comic book shop. He works there. He's not the manager. There is a manager there. He lets him stay and do all this stuff. I think he's the friend who sends Alabama as a gift because he's an incel
for his birthday. Yeah. Well, no, he's not an incel. He's just kind of a shut-in.
Because he's not a real incel because on the first shot of the movie, the whole conversation, he's on a date and he's going into his all Elvis spiel. Now, I remember the whole Elvis spiel really different back in the day. I remember that, first of all, the Elvis character always is in the back telling Clarence what to do. Totally misremembered.
By the way, you know who plays that version, right, as the mentor, right?
Please tell me it's Harry Connick Jr.
No,
I didn't look.
It's fucking Val Kilmer.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Anyway, so comic books all prevalent throughout that. Hyper violence, easy. If you watch this movie, it's super hyper violent, bloody, gore, everything you want done. That's Tarantino. And of course, how about that scene at the end? Exactly like this. It's the same scene, but completely different from Reservoir Dogs. It's like the same fucking scene.
Oh yeah.
With even Chris Penn is in it. Twice.
I know.
It was so weird.
Oh, I know.
And I watched it and was like,
oh, I know.
Why? It's like, why is this scene here? This movie came out in 1993. Reservoir Dogs came out in 1992. So why didn't Tony Scott change that last bit? Not the whole scene. He could have made it that everybody shoots everybody, but not the standoff. Not the standoff. They couldn't change the. Oh, I really didn't like this movie. But the only the really good factor in it, it has a slew of actors that A, Tarantino worked with, and B, are really good actors, and they're there for a very, very short
Yes.
time.
That and they
Christopher
became
Walken.
well. Some of them became massive stars later.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the like established ones.
Mhm.
Dennis Hopper, Christopher Walken, Chris Penn, Tom Sizemore, the guy who plays the captain as well. I knew him from somewhere. He's like a good character
He's a
actor.
character actor, yeah.
Yeah. The guy who plays the producers, the Jewish guy. You've seen him play the producer
Saul
Jewish
Rubin.
guy in everything.
Yes, yeah. Which
Um,
sort of like he has one of the most Jewish names. His name is Saul Rubin.
yeah. Also, the guy who plays Dick, Rappaport, like
Dickie
Rappaport.
is Mike
Yeah.
Rappaport.
Mike
Yeah.
Rappaport.
Also, not to mention that one of the biggest TV stars at the time, Elliot, is played by Bronson fucking Pinchot.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just wrapping up the finals.
Yeah.
I would say like they're wrapping up the final season of Perfect Strangers at this point in time. He'd
Yeah.
already been in one Beverly Hills Cop movie, and he's about to be in Beverly Hills Cop 2 in 1994, by the way.
Serge.
Serge, yes.
Yes. He was like from 1984 Beverly Hills until they wrapped up the fucking Perfect Strangers.
Well, that and also like
and a
Big
few
Don.
years after that, once Beverly Hills Cop 3 hit, it was like this guy was donezo in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
Dunzo.
Well, I was gonna say, but also remember, Big Don in one of the scenes. That's Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, he's got
Gary
like
fucking Oldman.
It's like and Gary Oldman playing a not Gary Oldman role. It was fucking good. It was so good. So many great actors in this movie, and yet it just didn't click. Let me pull up the first scene we'll talk about, because it's like a part of. It's
Okay, here we go.
No,
that's the short version.
No, that's the short version.
I was gonna say what we should start with is from the jump is just that the first conversation that they have in the bar between the random woman that that
actress
that Clarence is talking to.
She's also in a lot of like very indie movies and stuff.
And she also played one of the waitresses in at Jack Rabbit Slim's in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, what do you have for this one?
I'm seeing a black screen again.
You're seeing a black screen again? No way.
Yep.
All right.
Do you want me to dip out and I'll pop back in?
No. I'll just do this and this.
There we go. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So, everybody else but you could see it.
See it? Now we can see it. Yes. This is setting up the entire premise of Clarence's love for Mr. Elvis Presley, which, by the way, I would say is borderline fucking alarming.
Well, to be
especially
fair,
his conversation with this random woman that he's clearly hitting on. In this conversation, why would you ever say, if I were to fuck a man, it would be Elvis Presley? Why would you say that?
That's why I said. That's why I said it's sort of a what you call. I call it incel, but yeah, it's sort of that behavior. So it's socially awkward, can't deal with like normal conversation as you would. Sort of like me before I met Mrs. Smith. It's insane. Insanely how accurate that was. Anyway, that kind of starts the move. That's even before the titles that you see all the. By the way, the score from Hans Zimmer. I hate this fucking score. So
I do
bad.
too, because it gives it gives false expectation every single bit.
You know what?
Of every single scene. Like
it's sort of think about bubblegum. That's what I got from this. It's a bubblegum, happy-go-lucky.
Oddly enough,
like people told him, "Oh, this movie is named true romance. Give me a
Romance, yeah.
true romance,
Yeah.
puppy dog love, bubblegum 50s love. And that's what he gave. And it's like he didn't see the fucking movie. What the fuck?
Oddly enough,
Oh,
one of the one of the most prolific reviews was Empire in its rating. It actually rated this as number 83 of the greatest films of all time, which I think is a little bit too high. But they referred to this
by the way,
as
no.
cocaine flavored bubblegum. So
I
on the nose or up the nose, you got it.
It's either up the nose or on the nose. I did not know that, but it seems to me from what I know. Anyway, another thing that is very characteristic to Quentin Tarantino, and this is not only the beginning of his run, but all throughout Kill Bill, is Clarence going in to watch an old kung fu movie. Yes, it says Oriental.
The Oriental, yeah, that's
Yes,
because
deal with
it's showing. Well, it's also showing the fact that she is not what they would call a cultured individual.
Yes, but you know,
And anyone that has even a shred of common sense would have realized that the jig was already up when she walked up behind it, then dumped the popcorn on you,
yeah,
then proceeded to sit right behind you, lighted a cigarette, which oddly enough you could still smoke in cigarettes. That's
you
in
could,
theaters then,
you
so
could technically,
it wasn't
yeah.
a big deal. But still, her smoking and then leaning up and saying, "So can you tell me what happened?" Like, no, like, this movie.
Yeah, but we're getting to the good parts. We're in a comic book store.
So yeah. Which,
So,
by the way, what he says? Do you want to see a
yeah,
Spider-Man
do you want to
number
see
one?
Spider-Man 1?
You have one of those in that shop. That
Isn't like it's not the Amazing Spider-Man 1, which I know is very costly. But that's because I
it's
watched
still like a
fucking
$20,000 or
Pawn Stars.
$30,000 comic.
30,000 in 1993?
And no, in '93 it would have been way cheaper because this was actually right when Marvel went belly up. Well, almost went belly up
Almost.
because they did the same thing with sorry, a little side note about the comic book industry. They had a big run-in where everyone got really big into comics after the death of Superman. That's why the death of Superman sold so well that they had to do a reprint of it and then another reprint of it.
Oh.
That's why still today the original Death of Superman is worth like nickels. Like it doesn't. It's
Yeah,
on fucking worthless.
Yeah,
because they made so fucking many of them.
Because they made millions and millions and millions of the comic, and everybody kept it.
Yeah, and then it hyperinflated the market for a little while, where everyone was really big into comics, going, "Oh wow, you can make some money off comics collecting. Oh wow, that's cool. And the volume went.
Yeah, which led to Marvel selling their characters piece by piece to all different studios.
That's the reason why Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man still, kind of. That's why Fox owned the rights to X-Men for so long.
It's not kind of. They do own Spider-Man. As long as they're making Spider-Man movies, they still own it. So they can not make a Spider-Man movie.
We're going to see about that.
They are not going to make they can technically not make another Spider-Man movie for about 5 years and still not lose the rights, and then go into production, which effectively extends their rights.
Yeah.
And make a shitty fucking, let's say they make the Amazing Spider-Man 3 with what's his face? Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield, which, by the way, BoJack Horseman made the best joke about him. Wait,
yeah.
So you're telling me that Andrew Garfield loves lasagna and hates Mondays? Like,
anyway, they can't
technically
wait.
It's a perfect joke.
Wait 5 years, make the Amazing Spider-Man 3 with Andrew Garfield, make it a shitty one even, and still keep the rights for another 5 years. Correct. So, yeah, that's our comic book rant for today.
Yeah. Well, they probably just put out another animated movie. They probably just put out another Miles Morales movie at that point in time.
Yeah,
it'd be cheaper than hiring some of the actors to come back
Yeah.
and play them.
They don't care.
So
Anyway, Clarence and Alabama get married after like a date and and one sexual encounter.
which is the oddest thing. 'Cause I do love her immediate response, was like, I'm a call girl. It's like, so you're a whore? There's a difference.
Yeah. I'm a call girl. So you're a whore? Yeah, motherfucker. That means
No,
So-
but then he's sitting there going like, but I still had the best time ever. And her response is perfectly apropos. Like, why are you so fucking cool about this?
You know what? I'm going to skip this scene. I'm going to go straight into Alabama tricks Clarence to go and get her stuff from Drexel.
Well, she doesn't actually
I'm
trick him
pushing
or even
forward
convince
because
him.
if we're going to go through every single fucking scene that we hate, it's going to take till tomorrow.
No. It was, she doesn't actually convince him to do anything. He's the one who puts it in his own mind, where he has the conversation with the mentor version of Elvis Presley behind him in the mirror, saying like, how are you going to live? How are you going to live with that piece of shit still breathing the same air as you?
Yeah.
It's like, honestly, they could have just left town and Drexler wouldn't have given a fuck. It's like, whatever. I lost.
Probably. This is where it could
Had
be.
they gone out to California without doing all the shit in between, this movie was like, oh yeah, it's done.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I think Quentin Tarantino did right the fact that he went there knowing he's gonna take a bag of drugs, and not by accident.
Possibly, but I don't know. There was the one good scene that it was in the interim though, was with Samuel Jackson, the Big Don, visiting Gary Oldman, his partner Marty, and another guy, oddly enough, named Floyd.
Mhm.
But this was Floyd D, not Floyd, played by Brad Pitt. He wasn't exactly imaginative with his character names back then.
Yeah,
So they were
a lot
they're
of
making
air
the same.
quotes in this episode.
Yes, they're making the same joke that they did in Reservoir Dogs about like just the same kind of just nonchalance about this.
Yeah.
They're talking about Conolingus. And Gary Oldman's character just blows him away. They get the coke, and that's what sets up this scene.
Yeah, poor Samuel L. Jackson. Up to the point where he was in Pulp Fiction, he was getting murdered in every single.
Well, he didn't
fucking
get
movie.
no. That wasn't. He wasn't Floyd D. Floyd D was another character.
No. I mean, he got murdered in this one.
No,
he
he
got
didn't.
murdered. He got murdered in Goodfellas. Hink, with
Yes, he
wink,
did.
wink for next week.
Yes, he did.
We're gonna get to that.
I can't
He
wait to watch
was
that.
in
That's a
Coming
good
to
movie.
America. He was holding up the store, the
Yeah,
McDowell store. He didn't get killed.
he didn't get killed, but he got the shit beat out of him with
got
a
the
broom.
Shit beat out of him. And in fucking the Spike Lee fucking movie,
Jungle
he
Fever.
either in OD'd or something like that.
Yeah.
He was
But
like
he
the
didn't get- he
street-
didn't get
he
killed
was
in
like
this
the
one.
street crackhead or
Yeah. But he's
So-
not the one who got shot. That was Floyd D.
Yeah.
So
oh, Drexel kills him in this one.
no, Drexel kills Floyd D, not Big Don.
He kills. Do you want me to get to that scene? Because Drexel
Yeah.
kills Samuel L. Jackson's character in this one. For sure.
Did I skip it? I
For sure.
may have
yeah.
not been paying
He
attention.
shot him in the face, dude. Oh, see, I'm going back in this movie, and I don't want to go back in this movie. I'm
I
fucking
was pretty
pissed.
sure that was Floyd D that he killed, though.
No,
It was Lawrence Mason.
no. They
Because Lawrence
killed.
Mason was the one who was saying that he wouldn't.
Yeah,
wouldn't eat pussy.
they shot this dude.
Yeah, that's Floyd D.
Yeah, they shot this dude, and they were laughing with Samuel L. Jackson, and then they shot Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I'm wondering.
Does
if you
that
have
make
an
any sense in your world?
Yeah, I think you may have the extended cut then. Because
I
it
have the
wasn't.
extent-
It wasn't in my cut. No.
My cut
It
does
did not-
not
it did
say
not show-
director's. My cut
Yeah.
does not say director's cut.
No, because my cut does not show Samuel Jackson getting shot.
Interesting. Mine doesn't say director's cut.
Yeah. That or maybe
Mine
do you
is
have
not even the Blu-ray. It's like the DVD.
Yeah.
Interesting. And it's
So there you
so
go.
weird. It's so weird. And it happens a lot where it's like I have like I didn't know I had the director's cut for T2 when I had it. And when we left the podcast, I went and looked. It's like, oh, I did have the director's cut.
Just
You
cut. Yeah.
fucking dumb. All right, moving on. So Clarence goes into Drexel, shoots Drexel basically in the face. Yeah, I know it's not really in the face, but he shoots Drexel.
Well, actually, no. He shoots Drexel in the dick first.
Oh yeah, he shoots him in the dick.
Then Marty comes out. Then he kills Marty after Marty has his license. That's the real important thing is the fact that Marty grabbed his
and he gives it
driver's
to
license.
Drexel, and Drexel actually reads it. But Clarence kills Drexel, takes the case, but leaves the fucking license there. Stupid fucking dumb fucking shit.
And also in this situation where again another stupid fucking protagonist in a Tarantino movie.
Yeah. Which I love Christian Slater in some movies. In this movie, I just wanted to fucking reach out and shake him. Like, what the fuck?
What are you doing? You were so good at Broken Arrow. What are you doing in this movie?
Fuck that movie. Holy shit, Broken Arrow. How did Travolta make Broken Arrow after Face Off? Holy shit. Right, moving on.
Well, I know what it was.
Money.
So,
right.
Yes.
You know what?
Dennis Hopper's character.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We'll do this, and we're gonna get into our first segment because
but I would say like one of the brighter spots of this whole movie is fucking Clifford Worley, Dennis Hopper's character.
Yeah.
He brings so much flair and panache to a role that is basically just a minor character. And also it shows the wherewithal that he has as being a former police detective.
Yeah.
The fact that immediately as his son shows up, he goes, "What do you want from me? I know you want something.
I haven't seen you in 3 years. What do you want from me?"
What?
Yeah, exactly as it says. And the stupid part is, just because of that license killed his dad.
Yeah.
The license killed his dad because, the drugs were Christopher Walken's, and one of his minions finds the thing.
They were Christopher Walken's character, which is Vincenzo Cocotti.
Yes.
His boss's drugs, which is like the worst thing you could do.
Yeah.
You're fucking with the boss's boss.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but it's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's so
but also
fucking dumb.
The other good thing about the scenes with Dennis Hopper's character, outside of I think probably the best scene in this, which we'll talk about in a second, which is this is the what they call the Sicilian scene. This one.
This
is
one.
The fact
this
that
scene. I love this scene the most from the entire movie.
But I was saying the fact that
so well
the
performed.
other scenes that are with Dennis Hopper has a Rottweiler in them. So I'm like, yeah, bright spot, awesome puppy, cool.
Really, the Rottweiler did it for you? I mean, I like dogs, but
I grew up with Rottweilers, so like,
okay.
Oh.
I did too, but they belonged to my drug addict fucking neighbor.
I grew up with good Rottweilers, I'll put it that way.
I didn't. Anyway, so I fucking love this scene.
The walk-in Hopper's tete-a-tete in this is just
the going back and forth. Every single line that Christopher Walken says, every single line that Dennis Hopper says, is well thought out. By the way, we did discuss it, but Quentin Tarantino has a love affair with the N-word so much.
Yes.
It's beginning to be very suspicious.
Yes.
But
you haven't seen The Hateful Eight yet.
Yes.
Ooh wee.
Yeah, it's. But as we said in other movies, because as soon as it popped in, I was like, okay, let me watch this very carefully and see if the N word fits the bill. It is a former cop, probably Irish. This is Detroit. And these are Italian mobsters. So yeah, the word
And-
fits.
but
because
also it follows the same guidelines that we had with
yeah,
under
it's
the guidelines with Dr. King
yeah,
in the Django episode, where he's only using that term when he's dealing with people who are bad, trying to fit in the guys either with them or trying to antagonize them. And clearly, Clifford Worley, Dennis Hopper's character, is trying to antagonize the fuck out of him.
like I said, he knows who he's dealing with. So he's talking to Christopher Walken as you would expect, like as he expect people to talk. So Dennis Hopper is not a bad man, but he's dealing with bad people. So he's using the bad people language so they might understand him. So the N word does fit. It is harsh, but it's harsh in every single time, in every single movie it's in, for Quentin Tarantino at least. But it doesn't seem out of place. All right?
No,
Right.
especially since the way that it's being used. It's utilized to antagonize someone. Where he knows that this is going to piss this person off by me saying it. And
Yeah.
by that, Clifford, in his own right, is actually being the father that he wasn't for so many years for Clarence by trying to protect him. Now, had he had not put that address on the fridge, they would have never found Clarence.
Of course.
So
it's yet again a cavalcade
of fuckery, yes.
Cavalcade of fuckery.
If you want to borrow my phrase, yes.
I love it. I love it. Love that phrase. All right. We'll go to our 41 minutes, 42 minutes. Holy hell. We're going to go to our first segment. And our first segment is, of course, Missing Marquee. What is Missing Marquee is very simple. We've got 10 posters of movies. We got their text written off and Oh My Feelings. And of course, you out there in the chat will have to guess which movie this is. Not going to say what if it's easy or not. I don't really care. Enjoy. First movie is up.
Oh, holy shit.
This is Neo. This is obviously Neo. You don't know this movie? All right, chat. Go. Chat. Please tell me which movie this is. It's not Love in September or whatever that movie was with him.
Well, it's obviously the other one is like The Lake House.
Yeah.
Him and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. Chat is being very quiet. So
it's not Legends of the Fall.
It's not Legends of the Fall because he wasn't in it.
I'm just naming off really bad rom-coms from the 90s that look like they would fit that model.
It's not Hawthorne. Thank you, Biffer. That's a good try. It's called Walk in the Clouds. Walk in the Clouds.
There's a reason why we never watched that. Is that just Creed or is that Creed 2?
Take a guess.
Creed?
Creed it is.
Yeah.
This is a much newer romantic comedy.
How to Lose My Interest in 90 Seconds?
No, incorrect.
I do not know.
Chat. Please. You've got it. Please. Chat. Oh, chat is way behind. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Chat is way behind. This is Down with Love.
What is with you in the romantic comedies today?
It is what it is.
Well, you have obviously stumbled upon my Achilles heel because I don't know. Is it Mel Gibson in Sugar Tits?
Incorrect. Biffer's like, skip,
Yeah.
skip.
Don't
It's
know. Mm-mm.
it's called Forever Young. This is not a romantic comedy.
Ooh. Uh,
Far and Away, by the way, is Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Biffer.
that's when they met on set and got married afterward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Saf's like, no idea.
It's not
As always,
Metropolis. It's
it
that's
is
not. It is
Metropolis.
Metropolis. Okay, cool. All right. You're going really deep cuts this week.
Hey, the other ones were quite new. It's not Battle of the Bulge. No, that's a porn movie.
Say not the German offensive. Just
It's not the German offensive.
no.
Can I tell? If I give you a hint, you probably know.
Okay.
This is dubbed, according to Hollywood, the worst film ever made.
Manos in the Hands of Fate?
No. And not The Room by fucking, what's that guy?
No, that is. Oh, it's fucking Ed Wood.
It's Ed Wood.
Ah, fuck. I forgot the name of it.
Come on. It is hilarious.
It's terrible. It's not
terrible.
hilarious.
It's
It
it's
used to be so bad
exquisite.
it's good. No, fuck.
Shall I tell you?
Yeah, because I'm drawing a blank.
It is Plan 9 from
Nine
outer
from
space.
Damn it. You go from that to another romantic comedy.
This is a Jane Austen.
Would that just be Jane Eyre?
No, it's not Jane Eyre. Jane Austen is the writer of the book
Yeah.
of whichever movie this is.
It's not Little Women.
It's not Little Women. That's not Jane Foster.
No, it's not Sense and Sensibility.
It's not. It's the other one. It's not Sense and Sensibility. Sense and Sensibility is Emma Thompson and the girl from Titanic.
Yeah. Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice.
Ah, take me a second there. The Majestic.
The Majestic.
That's just the Nutty Professor.
The Nutty Professor.
So there's something about Mary.
And there's something about Mary. Perfect. Not Cruel Intentions.
When you get to movies that were actually somewhat interesting, it's like, oh wow, this is easy.
I didn't want to say it was hard because I thought the first 5 were pretty tough. Like the Keanu Reeves one, you wouldn't have got.
Oh no,
ever.
there's absolutely no fucking way I would have gotten.
There's that. There's Love in September. There's like a whole 5 or 6 movies that he did.
I did not know that Keanu Reeves did that many romantic comedies.
Oh.
So
then
again, apparently he is a vampire and
he
he's 180 years old.
That's what he did in terms of PR after River Phoenix died. Because River Phoenix died after the second Bill and Ted movie, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
in terms of timeline. And then he did a slew of these movies.
River Phoenix died in late '93 at the outside the Viper Room. Then Keanu Reeves did do Speed. Then he must have done rom-coms after that.
He did rom-coms during the middle of all this, and he did a few rom-coms.
But wait, he did Johnny Mnemonic in the was it '97 or '98?
And did Johnny Mnemonic, and then the Matrix.
Yeah,
but in the middle, he's done like 4, maybe 4, not 5, 4 or 5 of these rom-coms, and then he did one more rom-com after the 2000s or two.
Yeah, because he did Lake House
after
with Sandra Bullock.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
But that's his bread and butter, those rom-coms. And in the middle, he's got Speed, Johnny Mnemonic, The Matrix Revolutions, blah 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 blah.
Ugh.
Exactly.
And also the new one they shouldn't have made because it had sort of no fucking purpose.
Okay, so in comes Balky.
Oh yeah, no, actually, Biffer's right. Forgot that was 99. Was the Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, Devil's Advocate. That's right.
Which I actually like because Al Pacino is just like, here I am, just here's scenery, nom 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 nom.
Yes. In comes Dickie's connection to the big producer.
So they get to they get stop
to LA
at a certain point. They have a conversation with Dickie, Michael Rappaport's character, and the only funny line in that entire conversation was, "Oh yeah, by the way, I couldn't read the other half of the note because Floyd smoked it." Floyd being the roommate who is played by Brad Pitt.
I love the fact that everyone who deals with these drugs is completely unprofessional.
Oh, they're all fucking morons.
Every single one of the components of this is completely unprofessional. And the cops who actually get fucking is it
get Elliot?
What's his name? Elliot. When they get Elliot and they get him to like flip, they don't realize that Elliot, even though he's supposed to be an actor, he's not really good in pretending.
No, he is not a good actor.
At all.
In fact, no, the reason why Dickie and Elliot know each other because they met in acting class.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so fucking dumb. It's so goddamn dumb.
Yes.
Anyway, so they go into
the only funny part that in the middle in between there is when they get to the California when they're staying at the Safari Inn when the first time Dickie goes to visit them actually at the motel when he opens up the suitcase and sees all the coke he goes, man, do you know how much cocaine this is?
Yeah.
And Claire was like, I don't know, do you? Dickie says, I don't know, but it's a fucking lot.
That's
supposed to be a metric.
That goes to show how unprofessional and how stupid
they all are.
All of them are.
Yeah.
But of course, luck runs out, and there was
they do go. They have the whole day at the amusement park. I'm
skipping past that because we're way behind. We're way behind on where I planned it to be. Anyway, they find out
this James Gandolfini, which I think that by the way, like this is the role that got him the role of Tony Soprano.
Probably. It's so weird because two characters in this movie are in The Mexican.
Yes, Brad Pitt and Gandolfini.
Though they do not meet in this. They do meet in this one where he goes to the house and like Floyd says, well, they're over there, right?
No, they don't meet in this movie at all.
Is it Gandolfini that talks? Gandolfini.
You're right. Yeah, because he's the first one who goes there, and all the mobsters too. Where they don't want to even kill Floyd because Floyd's just like, here's all the information, man.
Yeah, it's like, where are they?
Like,
here they are.
Here they are.
And we get to this scene, which is technically my second favorite scene, although it ends pretty badly for James Gandolfini.
I would put this actually as my third favorite. I think my second had to be Gary Oldman and Christian Slater.
Oh, okay.
Their confrontation. I just loved that Gary Oldman in that role because it was so completely out of his element. Where it's like, wow, he did a really fantastic job.
He did a really good impression of a wannabe white guy in a black neighborhood trying to fit in. He even had that stupid fucking hat that was early 90s hat. Remember?
old like beanie do-rag. He had dreadlocks.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was so over the top stupid.
He had grills put
Yeah,
in.
he had the
Yeah.
grills. Yeah. It's just so stupid. But in this scene where Patricia Arquette is getting the shit
beat out of her.
kicked out of her, and she still manages to be composed enough to take advantage of the littlest.
Wait.
Yeah. Wait, do it again.
Wait.
There we go. Nice. Yeah, so she is defiant till the end, but she takes advantage of the littlest, the tiniest bit of room, and she overpowers him immediately. Like, you wouldn't believe how fast she turns the table. But it seems to me that she could have got her head blown off, I don't know, 15 minutes earlier, and it was dragged for no reason.
No reason, yeah. Well, and the one thing that kind of plays into that was Gandolfini's monologue, where when he was smoking the cigarette and talking about how, remember that guy in Texas who was on the top of that bell tower shooting every single one of them? The first guy you saw in those beads, that one really hurt. The second one still hurt, but not as bad. And he goes, now when you get to the point where I am right now, I just do it to see the look on people's faces change.
Yeah. It's super cold-blooded, and it just gives you a little bit of a backstory on James Gandolfini's character without him actually saying, I've killed 75,000 people and I've buried half of them fucking in the sea. It doesn't need to say it. It just talks about how
it's the implication. It's
the implication. It's the implication. Now, I want to stop for just a tiny, teeny second because this scene made me laugh so hard. When the girl flicks the fucking.
When she's like, "Hey, just put it in your shirt. Just put it in your bra." Like, I'm not wearing a bra. Like, well, just put it in your pants. Like, or put it in your purse. Like, no. When I tell you no, throws a bag of cocaine and goes.
Which
and Bronson Pinchot, the way he looks at him, like, hello, officer.
Hello,
covered
officer.
in coke.
Yeah, which kind of makes him go to the cops, and the cops flip him, and he becomes an informant, basically.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a wire too.
Which, oddly enough, this is before Tom Sizemore was noted as the biggest asshole actor in a role. You've seen Natural Born Killers, right?
Yes. Of course I have.
This is the reason why he got the role for Natural Born Killers.
Deservedly so.
Yeah.
Deservedly so. And Tom Sizemore, he's another one of those Ryan Reynolds actors. He is this all the time. Which, by the way, if you've seen his sex tape, he's real. In real life, he is that guy.
Ew. Ugh.
Yes.
The thought.
Don't get me started. I'm gonna go into a rabbit hole that you do not want to follow.
Ew. Talking about Tom Sizemore sex tape, and talking about rabbit holes. Meffy, phrasing. You got to
exactly. Exactly. Tom Sizemore is a bad mojo. Is he dead?
I don't think so, but I know he's not a good person. Just put it that way, because there's a lot of allegations against him about sexual abuse.
Oh yeah. Not fucking surprised.
He's not what we call a good person. He's a good actor because he plays himself. It's a piece of shit. So,
let's see. Tom Sizemore. He's still alive.
He's still alive.
I'm surprised. I don't want to read, but he's probably in fucking jail. Jesus. Anyway,
Yeah.
what you see on the big screen, that's how he acts
In real life, yeah.
off screen. So he's like the Ryan Reynolds of being a shithead. I don't know. So the big finale. Yes, I've jumped
So what we have with everything
way to the end.
this is going to go just setting up to that point. You know, we have a lot of everything that happened with Gandolfini and Virgil Gandolfini
Yeah.
in Alabama, and the story that they even tell, like Dickie, Michael Rappaport's character, has all of these questions about it, but he doesn't really dig too deep. Where he was just like, I don't think my friend Clarence is such a good person, because what he's thinking is that, oh my God, he beat the shit out of his wife.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's it's exactly how it looks. But when they come to when they meet Elliot again, Dickie's the one that says, "No, it's okay. It's like she like
because she
didn't catch
told
the
him the
baseball
basketball
right
story.
now." The basketball story.
Yeah. But also, what's really
you
funny
could tell
too
Dickie doesn't believe it though.
Yeah, but what's really funny too is poor Dickie. He got offered the role that at the very beginning of the movie. It showed him going into an audition.
Yeah.
He got the role.
Yeah, the new TJ Hooker.
He's gonna
work with Captain Kirk. They don't say William Shatner. They say Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's like another one of, I know who wrote this. It's Quentin Tarantino who wrote this.
And then they have Brad Pitt sitting there smoking a bong, and the rest of the mobsters coming in trying to find Clarence and the coke go to Dickie's house, and guess what? There's Mr. Brad Pitt as Floyd just sitting there, just stoned off his ass. He's like, hey. The guys just walk into his house just with shotguns, and everyone's pointing guns at him. He's like, what's going on, man? And the one thing I find hilarious about that is the first thing he does goes, hey, man, you guys want to get high? You guys want to take a hit? And then one guy just racks a shotgun. He goes, oh, I guess not.
Well, yeah, because, what I was half expecting, and then I remembered that Quentin Tarantino didn't direct this movie. I was kind of expecting the cereal box,
like Fruit Brute or like
whatever,
the really old
Mr.
ones.
Brawl or whatever it was called. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, if it was a Quentin Tarantino movie, on the desk next to the bong, the fucking whatever it was, the cereal,
like it would have been Fruit Brute or one of the old like Post cereals.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the same thing would have been like in the Dennis Hopper, Christopher Walken scene. He wouldn't have asked for a Chesterfield. He would have asked for a Red Apple cigarette.
For Red Apples, yes.
Yeah,
he would have asked for Red Apples.
But anyway, no. But he immediately was like, "Hey, so are you Dickie?" He's like, "No, man." Do you know Dickie? Yeah. He's like, "So he's your roommate?" Yeah. Do you know Clarence? Yeah, I know Clarence. It's like, where are they? They're at the Beverly Embassy? It's like, where is that? And he's trying to give him directions even.
Yeah, but he can't. So it comes to this now. This whole fucking ending of the movie, the whole scene is very, very long.
Yeah,
it's very long.
Just say the one scene before this that's really important is the elevator ride up.
Oh yeah.
It looks as though that Clarence has the jump on Elliot, because Elliot is wearing a wire at this point to try to get the cocaine deal just under wraps for the cops. Come and bust them all.
This one.
So like something amiss. I feel it. He's got the gun in his face, and the entire time you got Tom Sizemore and Chris Penn going back and forth laughing. And Tom Sizemore is laughing his ass off, going like, I love this Clarence guy. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, because they both know he's not fucking with him. He's trying to fish
get
something.
Him to crack.
He's trying to fish something, but it doesn't work because Elliot is such a bad actor. He can't even he
can't even compose himself to tell a lie. He's actually being, oddly enough, he's acting the best way possible by being himself.
Exactly.
A scared little person. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, I know. By the way, if it was a Tarantino movie, just a question. I'm just asking you a simple, weird question.
Yeah.
Will Quentin give us a pee in the pants moment for Elliot?
Oh, 1,000%.
100%. That was
Oh,
going
yeah.
through my mind through all this. I was like
like
Tom Sizemore, laughing my ass off. Definitely, you would have
definitely
seen
would have pissed his pants.
a
But
piss on the floor.
What's so funny about that conversation too is it goes from Chris Penn going, "He's gonna shoot him, he's gonna shoot him," and Tom Sizemore going, "He's not gonna shoot him."
Yeah, he's not going to shoot him.
And then Clarence says something, goes, "Oh shit, he's gonna shoot him." I'm like, and then Clarence is like, "Okay, I get it. No, I can see how terrified you are. You're not lying to me.
Yeah.
It's fine." So then we move up to the penthouse.
Yeah, we move up to the penthouse and we meet that, and we see movie in the back. Again, this is a Tony Scott's movie, but in so many ways, this is very much Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Like, he enjoys the most weird ass movies and also criticize the day-to-day Emmy-winning, Oscar-winning stuff, and it's frivolous and stupid. And that is translated through what Clarence says to is it Bernstein, the producer?
I don't know. His name's Lou. That's
Lou. That doesn't matter. But quintessential Jewish producer.
Yeah.
He's not even hiding it. It's like he knows.
No.
Everybody knows. And they do go to the side to actually make the business away from the bodyguards, away from the girlfriend, away from Elliot as well.
Yeah. Because they have the whole talk and it was all set up where it's Clarence basically telling him, "Listen, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I could cut this all up and I could sell it for way more money, but it would take way too much time and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, obviously."
Yeah, I just want the money and I'll give it to you because I need to get the fuck out and go to Mexico. You could sell it for $1 million
after this, but I'm going to sell it to you for $200,000. That's it. I want to be done with this.
And
but he says, "Wait, didn't your friend who was a corrupt cop give you this?" He goes, "Yeah, but didn't you say you have no idea what the fuck you're doing?"
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's like, how'd you do that? I bullshitted him. And Tom Sizemore, it cuts to Tom Sizemore laughing his ass off, going, "I love this kid. I love this Clarence kid. He's fucking funny as hell."
Yeah. And of course, because it's like I like the fact that the microphone is in Elliot's pants, so he's like angling his dick towards where they are.
Yeah.
In hopes it actually catches a sound, and it does at the end. And once they have the transaction, it's like go time. And we go into, let me just do this for copyright stuff. Oh, and it happens when Clarence goes into the bathroom and have his little fucking talk with
last
Elvis.
talk with Elvis, where he goes, do you think I was sucking up to him too much? Do you think I was blowing smoke up his ass? I'm like, no, you did what you had to do.
Yeah,
you played it cool.
So this is not a representation because fuck you, Tony Scott. You didn't have a camera from upstairs to see the entire room.
Obviously, it should have been an overhead shot.
An overhead shot. There's no overhead shot. The room is very small, so that you have a very contained measure. So a very contained scene. And it was shot either across the room one way or across the room the other way or from the side. Never an overhead shot. So you can't see the whole action. Either Tony Scott doesn't know how to direct action or he doesn't know how to direct action in a small scene, in a small contained area.
I would say probably in a small contained area because that's not true because he shot Man on Fire.
He did.
So... can obviously shoot some action in a pretty decent way.
It
But this,
for
no,
me, it was missing. It was missing to see, like, you didn't get a shot like in Reservoir Dogs where the camera was on the side and caught both the boss, Chris Penn, Mr. White, and Tim Roth on the floor.
Yeah, Mr. Orange, yeah.
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 That shot was missing to understand where everybody is located in the scene.
That
It
also
bothered me a lot.
Well, this kind of this whole standoff doesn't make sense to begin with, because one of the bodyguards was flat out ready to shoot Clarence because he had just a gun in his pants, not waving a gun around. One of them even says, the blonde one on the right there says, "I hate cops. I'll kill cops." When they come in with guns ablaze, there is absolutely no reason why he would have not mowed them all down.
Yeah, I know. Now, like I said, this is not an overhead shot. This is a cross the room one way.
Yeah.
Rather than, and then it goes back to see the cops' faces the other way, like across the gangster's shoulders. There's no overhead shot where you can see everything. But even this is the closest way of just seeing where everybody is. This is the only shot. That's it. And when the shooting starts, you don't ever get anything like this. You get only faces of people getting shot. That's it.
Yeah, because it goes almost in from the pan out to really tight cuts.
Yes, exactly.
Which doesn't work.
And always one way. There's always one way. Either facing the cops or facing the other way.
Or facing the mobsters or facing the bodyguards getting shot. Yeah. Was not good. Was not good. So then we get basically to the big showdown. As you can see right then, the mobsters then pop in from the other side of the room looking for the cocaine, and then everything just goes down.
Clarence gets it's a ricochet that hits him in the face.
He basically just gets winged.
Yeah. It hits him in the eye, and Alabama thinks he's dead. Dickie doesn't get shot. Alabama doesn't get shot, even though they're literally in the crossfire.
Yeah.
They just go down, and in the crossfire, everybody shoots across the room, but they don't shoot down. So
and all
they
the
don't
mobsters
get hit.
except for one gets shot there. One mobster does get away, but he gets down to the lobby where he takes the concierge hostage. But then he gets shot. But at the end here, Tom Sizemore gets got.
Of course.
And
even Chris Penn gets got.
Yeah,
by Alabama.
Yeah, well, because that's what we were talking about before.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
In the other one, it actually wasn't one. It wasn't actually Alabama. It was another gangster that gets him. But
yeah. I like the fact that like there's a clearly a gangster that just speaks in Italian.
Italian, yeah.
And he yells at the cops, and Chris Penn is like, "Get out from the from behind the caucho."
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Get tobacco behind from the caucho.
Like, you're not speaking Italian. It was so dumb. It was just.
I was Italian as Chef Boyardee.
Yes. Thank heavens I know what Chef Boyardee is.
He is, yeah. No, but then from there, so everybody's dead.
Everybody's dead except for Dickie, Alabama, and Clarence.
Yeah.
Even Elliot gets killed, doesn't he?
Yep.
And they ride off into the sunset, and all that she has to say is, "Oh, you're so cool. You're so cool." And
she kept that in her mind.
Ends the fucking movie. And I was like,
because they end up in Cancun, because the overarching thing at the end of the narrative, which again was the homage to Terrence Malick's Badlands, Sissy Spacek's narrative, was before I didn't know what would really happen at the end of this, and when I think back about it, I really don't like to remember it too much. But every now and then, Clarence asks me, "What would happen if I were to die?" And then I would tell him that I would give up too, because it would just be such unbearable sadness to try to live without them.
Yeah.
But then we named our son Elvis. It's like, oh god, the ending of this movie is so fucking bad.
Yeah, I know. It wrecked. It wrecked the all the little
But she was
bits
saying
that I
the only thing
liked.
that was really in my mind though in that whole time too was you're so cool. You're so cool.
That ending ruined the movie for
Wow.
me. Like I
I
didn't
was
like
gonna
it.
say
I didn't
this.
like it, but this put a button on it. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Which again, had they had gone with the original script where it was a non-linear fashion and they both died in the shootout,
Yeah,
way better story.
way
Way
better.
better story.
All right, we're gonna take a breather and get to something that we actually like, which is arguing about movies. This segment is called Screen Fighter.
Fighter.
Round 1. Fight.
What is Screen Fighter? Easy. We take two movies, pit them together, and see which one is the best one. If there is no discerning factor to get one over the other, it's very simple. We go to our criteria, which is Saturday night, Friday night, evening out with the boys, with the girls, or with your significant other. We have two movies. Which one will you pop in and watch? So there we go. Rack, Shack, and Benny versus the Condor Man. Have you seen any of these movies?
I have actually seen The Condor Man. I have
I've
not
seen-
seen The VeggieTales.
You haven't?
No.
I've seen the Condor Man on VHS. It is mega dumb.
Yes.
Let's see what
Oh
it
my God.
pits against. Oh, easy.
Oh, that's,
By the way,
yeah,
I think they're both Disney at the end of the day.
they are.
Condor
both
Man is
Disney
Disney,
films.
right?
Yeah, they're both Disney films.
So animated Disney or real life Disney?
I would have to go with animated Disney because if you look at it, the signal for Condor Man is kind of one similar to something from Power in the late 1930s to early 40s.
What do you mean? It's a Roman condor. What are you talking about?
Not in its common parlance. Oh, speaking of,
Sleepy Hollow or Interview with the Vampire. Yes.
this was one of the biggest breakouts for Brad Pitt after,
Yes.
oddly enough, California and this movie that
Yes.
we just watched, which also was a giant fucking bomb.
I
Interview with
know.
the Vampire.
This
Chronicles.
is, oddly enough, my wife's favorite Tom Cruise movie or movie that he is in.
I would say he did actually a very decent job portraying Lestat. I did not
Yes.
like Armand in it. Is someone who read the. I was a fucking goth kid, so I know all the Vampire Chronicles. Let's put it that way.
Okay. So, Interview with the Vampire or Sleepy Hollow.
I'm
It
gonna
is
have to
the
go with
Johnny Depp, Tim Burton Sleepy
Burton
Hollow.
one. Yeah, I'm gonna still have to go with Interview with the Vampire just because I don't like that version of Sleepy Hollow.
Me neither. It is Interview with a Vampire. Oh, Christian Slater's in it too, as well. Very brief role. Wreck-It Ralph or Sherlock, the Blind Banker.
Sherlock, have not seen it because you know how much I fucking hate Benedict Cumberbatch.
All right, cool. Next. The Last Samurai, another Tom Cruise, and Wreck-It Ralph. I'm going to go with The Last Samurai. Didn't like that movie. Wreck-It Ralph, fuck that movie. Fuck it in the ass.
I'm sorry to say, I have to go with Wreck-It Ralph because The Last Samurai just went, hey, you know what? Hey, Japanese history and culture.
Oh, that's right. It's a bad movie.
It's also like the one of the biggest perpetrators of the white man savior syndrome. Like it's egregiously bad. Like, it's terribly bad.
It's very bad, and not because of the white savior part. Matilda or Star Trek First Contact? Shall I start?
Please do.
Because you're having a bad day today. It's going to be Star Trek First Contact. Yes, I know a lot of people don't like it. This is my favorite TNG crew movie, like Star Trek
Yeah.
in the motion picture, not the motion picture, but Star Trek in the movies and the big screen. This is my favorite one of all of them. I didn't like Matilda at all.
I would say first and foremost, we got a rotten string of luck this week. But Star Trek First Contact, now, was that actually the first TNG film?
No, it was the second one.
The
It's
second
the
one?
one
Okay.
where the Borg go back to Zephram Cochrane.
So is this the first of the Borg films then for the TNG
The
series? Because they were like,
only of the Borg films.
no, because there were other
In
ones.
Insurrection, there weren't any Borg, and in Nemesis, there weren't any Borg. And in
Could've sworn they were all Borg.
Generations, there weren't any Borg. This is the
I thought
only
maybe it just had the
Borg
same aesthetic,
movie.
but no, I would have to go with the Star Trek First Contact then, because it's still Patrick Stewart. So yeah.
Tropic Thunder, which will come up soon, or
Okay,
Bad Boys.
This is a better. This is
a much better,
okay,
and harder actually.
now we have something to discuss here.
Okay, so Bad Boys, kind of bringing up both Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
And Seth right now, his brain is collapsing
Seth's
upon
brain is
itself
collapsing
like a dying star.
totally. And it's a great action movie, great buddy cop movie, great comedy, awesome. Tropic Thunder, however, is a super satire, very funny, in your face, offensive, meaning to be offensive, but also roll on reverse. And personally, my favorite Tom Cruise in a movie ever.
Yeah, it's up there.
Ever.
It's up there. Yeah.
And not because of the dance at the end.
No.
I still haven't made my choice, by the way.
I have.
Okay.
Even though I do think I think Bad Boys is actually pretty underrated, and it also has the first actual film showing the first film that actually utilized Chimera for the Midnight, which is an old industrial band known as KMFDM. Their actual song, Juke Joint Jezebel, by the way, in its soundtrack.
I think you mentioned
Yeah,
it
I know way too much about it. Yeah. But Tropic Thunder to me is one of, if not like top 10 best films that are a comedy of all time. I love that movie.
I love that movie too.
It's a parody and a satire of not only the film industry, everything revolving around films made around Vietnam, all films made around people that are mentally disabled. Remember, you never go full retard.
Yes.
Robert Downey Jr. Everyone was like, "Oh, he didn't." Like, wow, Robert Downey Jr. did blackface. Like, yeah, but he did it for a reason, to make fun of how stupid blackface is to begin with.
Yes. It's blackface done correctly
Which is a really difficult phrase to say.
I know, but it. You know what? It fits. It's like the N-words for Quentin Tarantino. It's there for a reason, not because it's making fun of black people. Tropic Thunder, all the way.
Yeah.
That was a roundabout way to say Tropic Thunder. Courage Under Fire or Armageddon. Two really different movies.
That's a good one. I'm gonna have to go with Courage Under Fire because that's one of my favorite Denzel Washington films.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't like Armageddon. I really don't like it. Don't like the song. Don't like anything about it. It is not a bad movie compared to Deep Impact. Deep Impact
Yeah.
is
Yeah, it was
terrible
awful.
compared to
And they
this.
came out within a
The
month and a
same
half of
time.
each other in 1998.
A month and a half.
Yeah.
A month and a half. It's Courage Under Fire. Bad Boys 2, Clerks 2. So
Now on this one, I can tell you flat out, I can give you the easiest, simple response. Saf and DK, I agree with you 100% when it comes to Bad Boys on this one, because Bad Boys 2 is so much better than Clerks 2. Clerks 2 should have never been made. That movie is fucking awful.
all right. So we have on the one side Gabrielle Union, on the other side a whore blowing a donkey. Take your pick.
Yeah, that's actually in Clerks 2. That
Bad Boys 2.
fucking awful.
Dumbo or Red Dragon. Red Dragon is the Ed Norton Hannibal adaptation.
Yes. Yeah, that's with
That's
it's still,
not a good one.
Still Anthony Hopkins. This is actually the prequel
Yes,
to
it
Silence
is.
of the Lambs.
Yes, it is
So
the
this
prequel
was-
to Silence of the Lambs.
This was actually what was written in the book Manhunter about Hannibal Lecter, and it was actually if you watch the series, it's season 3 of the series Hannibal. Which, by the way, that's a series
I should
everyone
watch
should
it. I should watch it.
That's one of the greatest series of all time. Like, that series is so fucking amazing.
Everyone I talk to about that series says Mads Mikkelsen, whatever he did before, is nothing compared to that show.
Oh yeah, he
And I
is
was
the
like-
perfect Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's gonna be Red Dragon because
Yeah.
Have you seen Dumbo?
Well, yeah. There's also no racist crows in
And I don't care about the
Red
racist
Dragon.
shit. It's just not a good film. And it's Disney, so fuck Disney. I Am Legend, or As Good as It Gets. You know where As Good as It Gets on my list? You've seen my list. Wait, I can show you my list.
No, I only saw that one part of it.
It's not here. I don't
I was gonna say it's not in your top 20, so.
but it's between 20 and 40 for sure.
I was gonna say flat out, I have to go with As Good as It Gets because they deviated from the actual real ending of I Am Legend, which made a lot more sense and would have made a better movie.
So weird
So-
that I Am Legend and I, Robot are both based on a book that was really good, and they
Yeah.
both deviated from whatever it was written in the book.
Original source material and what they deviated from made it a terrible project. Yeah.
Last pairing, Men in Black. Will Smith is balling today,
Yeah. He's been in a lot of toss-ups.
and Shrek the Third. Shrek the Third is with Arthur. Is the whole Arthur thing.
Yeah.
It's so easy. It's Men in Black.
I know it's definitely
The
it's
movie
definitely Men
is
in
so
Black.
fucking
I
good.
mean,
It's not even a contest. Like if
It
it was
at least
the
had
first Shrek,
somewhat-
if it was the first Shrek,
First
I
Shrek,
would've
yeah.
said
Then we'd have
maybe the
a conversation
first
there
Shrek.
because it was actually the first Shrek was DreamWorks' first CGI animated project ever.
Yes.
Was a massive hit. And it was also really interesting because it took it took all the fairy tale tropes,
And the whole
and
tropes,
turned
yeah,
them on their head.
and
Yeah.
did to Disney what people should have done to Disney
A long
20
time
years
ago.
before, is
Yeah.
dumping it on his head, making a satire and a parody all at once, and making it funny and engaging. And you can also take your kids to it, and they
Yeah.
would understand.
It was still kid friendly because
Yeah.
there was innuendo in it that for the adults. There was
Yes.
comedy for the adults, but it would go right over a kid's head, going like, "Oh wow, donkey's funny." Eh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Shrek 1 is very underrated as a movie, not as an animated movie, as a full-blown satire,
Yeah.
I would say, for mostly for Disney animated movies.
It wasn't
All
Disney.
right.
It was
And
DreamWorks.
Disney and on the whole, and fairy tales and all right, cool. Cool and beans. Let's sum up True Romance. Let's tie it up with a bow and give us your final takes, whatever we haven't discussed.
Oh boy. All in all, I think this was just a giant misfire. I think again, as we talked about it almost to death now, they should have stuck with the original script, which how Tarantino wrote it, non-linear fashion, had the main characters die at the end, make it a tragic romance that was supposed to be the whole entire point of the film. Deviating from form in a lot of ways can just really bite you in the ass. And at this point in this film, it really was just the very, very worst case. And the box office shows it. The fact that it lost $200,000. It was $200,000 under what its actual budget was. Giant bomb. Like one of the biggest bombs at that point in time for an independent film. And this is Quentin Tarantino. He wasn't white hot at the point, but he was getting really hot because when this movie came out, it was after Reservoir Dogs. He sold this movie again.
Yeah, before
Reservoir Dogs was released.
Reservoir
he was
Dogs.
directing Reservoir Dogs because he was thinking he wasn't going to direct another movie. So that's the reason why he sold it. Then, thankfully, he went out to Amsterdam and wrote Pulp Fiction with Avery. And then we got another great Tarantino movie.
Yeah, which is what, number 3rd on my list or whatever?
I think it's number 4.
My list, the video of my list will come out. I have not sat for about 4 hours to do all the re-rankings to get to a non-list. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I should do one day, but that's gonna include a lot of movies where people are like, "What the fuck movie is that?"
Trust me, go to Flickchart. It's an old website. Make an account.
I know.
It's free and everything. And literally try and make a list and do more. I did almost 3,000 rankings.
Yeah.
And this is after I've wiped and wiped again. Okay. Yeah. So it's not the first time. You should definitely try it. Just try it. So you'll have a list and you'll be surprised on how many movies are like, okay, so I like this better than this, but I like this better than this. Happened to me a lot when it came up with Batman 1989, because as a movie, may not stand the test of time. Because if you take Batman 1989 and Batman Return, is it the second one was Returns, right? Batman Return, the second
that was with Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito.
That's a much better movie than the first Batman, but the first one had Jack Nicholson in it. The second one had fucking Christopher Walken being crazy in it.
And also Danny DeVito.
And also Danny DeVito as
and Michelle Pfeiffer being crazy in it.
Yeah. But Danny DeVito as fucking
the Penguin.
It's got it went both ways. Yeah. Like a good old bisexual. Anyway. Before we leave, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the short version and then we'll give us a lowdown. So at the end of every show, well, not every show, at most podcasts, I have a short version of True Romance. So let's watch it. Hopefully it's set up correctly.
Okay, here we go. The short version.
I mean, he is rockabilly. I'm fucking awesome.
Do you like to get pie after you see a good movie?
You want to see what Spider-Man #1 looks like?
I got a girl for you. He said he wanted you to get laid.
Any nigga say he don't eat pussy's lying his ass off.
I heard that.
Well,
killing's the hard part. Getting away with it, that's easy.
I know I'm pretty.
What do you want from me?
What?
What do you want from me?
they think it's drug related.
Hello? What money problems?
Do you know who I am, Mr. Woolley?
Morning, everybody. It's 6:22 here in L.A. I'm David Perry at KBLU.
We'll get him on the phone. We'll arrange a meeting so we can get through all this getting to know you stuff, all right?
Elliot looks a little green. You told him I was good?
Yeah, I lied.
You're a very pretty girl, I remember, but you ain't gonna be very pretty for very long. Now, the first time you kill somebody, that's the hardest.
Just want the fucking collar. That's it. End of story.
You deserve it. Elliot, I swear to God, somebody is stealing from me. From safe geriatric coffee table dog shit, you know? I like you, Clarence.
I said to come out from behind the couch, okay?
You're so cool. You're so cool.
I said, come up behind the couch, okay?
Come from behind the couch.
Well, that was the podcast that was, ladies and gentlemen.
Boy.
All right, so let's move forward because
Romance
again,
books.
we both. It's so weird that we both didn't like this movie. It's so strange. Yeah, it's
In
so weird.
retrospect,
All right,
not a good film. Not
next
a good
week,
film.
ladies and gentlemen, as I pump the brakes and kick the fucking table. Next week is the start of a new month. Not months. Fuck. It's the start of a new month, and it's going to be Gangster Month in the old Reel McCoy podcast. Starting off with my favorite, and I hopefully owe my feelings favorite. Well,
It's right up there. It is right up there.
It is my favorite gangster movie of all time, Goodfellas. Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, and Ray Liotta, and a whole slew of people that after that movie became regulars in any gangster-related storyline, whatever. So next week is going to be Goodfellas. If you haven't watched the movie, fucking what? Go watch it this week. If you have watched the movie, go watch it again just to refresh your memory. Come back to us. We're going to discuss it. Where it's going to be beautiful. beautiful. During the week, if you want to contact me, it is at Mephisto on Twitter or on Instagram at Mephisto79 or email us at thereelmccoypodcast@gmail.com. You can like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you are watching on YouTube. It helps us a lot. Leave us a comment. Leave us anything you want to watch. Everything on the comment section down below. Or if you're a Twitch user and you want to watch us through Twitch and you don't really care for YouTube, that's fine. Twitch.tv/TheReelMcCoy Podcast. Leave us a follow there. We're not expecting too much. Just another way of watching and interacting with us. If you like, we do crave that interaction because it helps makes the segments much, much better just because you're there. All right, guys, thank you. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you, All My Feelings. Oh, sorry. Thank you, All My Feelings. And we will see you all next week. Have a great weekend.